Finally, we have some fundraising issues. We cannot support the best and the brightest candidates. We cannot support our town committees. We cannot support local initiatives. We cannot support ballot initiatives. We can't move forward if we're not raising any money. I have a fundraising background. I was a finance director for a statewide campaign. I also do a lot of charity fundraising. And the one thing that I do know is how to raise money and how to target that message to people. If you're out there asking money, everyone, if you have children, you say, well, why should I give money to another children's cause? Well, because obesity is a big problem in our society. And so if you have children in the city that don't get out and they don't have the park space and they don't have big homes to run around the backyards, you need to provide someplace for them to go. You need to provide activities for them. And so when you break things down on a common sense level and you can talk to people and you can say, you know, the Republican Party needs your help. We need your assistance. We know that we haven't been doing so well, but that's going to change. And the way it's going to change is with every single person participating and contributing, whether it's $10 or $10,000. It doesn't even matter. It's just if it's something that you love, if it's something that you're passionate about. And we need to go out and we need to start getting money to support our candidates, whether it's locally, regionally, or on a statewide level. One of the things I would love to see happen that we haven't been doing is regionalizing our forces. So you have a great committee here, thanks to Barry, who has done a fantastic job working very hard. Not every committee is so lucky. And so what would be great is to have someone who only has 2 or 3 members that come to a meeting, or maybe a committee like Barry invites other committees, people to come in to be associate members. To have that and to give people a place to go, to voice their opinions, and to have a home for other Republicans. And they get more motivated because if you walk into this room and you see 30 people, well, that's exciting. If you go to another room and you see 3 people, you might not go back to that meeting again. So it'd be nice if we could regionalize our efforts, have more people come to different meetings. If you don't have a candidate running, maybe go to another area where they have candidates running, where you can assist them. It builds its moral support, it's morale boosting, and it's very energizing for our base. So that is really what I plan for, my plan for the Massachusetts Republican Party. I think that we have a fantastic opportunity here to be very creative, very innovative in our thinking, and really forge ahead. We can't get much worse. And here's the good news. The Democratic Party keeps saying that they're going to come after us. We only have 21 up in the legislature. Really not much damage they can do to us, but we can bit by bit pick them off. And we can do much more damage to them than they can do to us. And so we all need to go out there, and instead of being the little scared sibling who's scared of the big sister or the big brother, we need to go out there and say, you know what, we're fighting for ourselves. All bets are off. We're taking you out. We're taking you down. And one by one, go into districts where we see that there's vulnerability, where we see that seats are being vacated, where we have a special election. We have great opportunities coming down the pike. With the new administration, with the Obama administration, we have a great opportunity to get rid of a lot of dead wood in our legislature, a lot of people that are in different positions that are doing nothing and really need to go. And that is our chance to take our candidates and say, go. We're fielding you. You've been great. You've been fantastic on the school committee. You've been fantastic on the planning board. You're a great selectman. And now it's your chance to be the rising star and to run for the legislature and to make a difference for all of us. So I thank you all for being here, and I look forward to questions.
If I may, since Mike, you spoke first and Jennifer spoke second, when it comes to the questions and answers, let's reverse it. Jennifer, you'll answer the question first, providing they are directed at both candidates, and Mike, you will follow, and we'll alternate on each question. Does that sound fair, folks? Yeah. All right. So if I may have the honor of the first question. First of all, I took the liberty, I don't know if any of you are members of something called the Mass Republican Forum. It's a web ring with possibly a couple hundred members all over the state, and I made an offer, as well as I did to members of the Malden Republican City Committee and some of the chairmen from neighboring committees, to If they have any questions, if you can't be here in person, forward me an email with them. And I do have two I'd like to read. One of them is from someone named Matt Hernke. He's from the Chicopee Republican City Committee. And he said, okay, I'm asking, what will they do as chairman of the Mass GOP to assist in finding candidates for nonpartisan local elections, as well as candidates for the state legislature?
We need to start in our town committees and our city committees and our ward committees. That's really where we're going to find the people to run for the local offices. Those are the people, if they're coming to the meetings, if they are interested in politics, that is a great way to start finding them. Another place to find them is looking at the librarian that everyone loves, looking at the teacher that everyone loves in school, the coach that is just the amazing coach that all the kids talk about, that's written up in the local paper all the time, the butcher, the baker, the people that are really, their names are out there, they're the people very active in the community. From there, I do believe that there has to be some sort of progression to go from a local office onto the legislature, and it would be nice if we could try to do that. Not in all instances we can. Sometimes we have an opening and we're just going to have to find, again, the person who is the local insurance agent or the local attorney or the coach or the teacher, but definitely from the local levels, from the town committees.
Well, this is the Republican Party, and I like to see us find people who are fiercely partisan and who can put a smile on it and a nice face on it, because we ought to be thinking partisan elections from dog catcher on up. Even if our local city or town is not partisan, we might want to think about converting it to partisan elections. I know you're saying, whoa, you know, we're Republicans, you know, we have a hard enough time here in Massachusetts surviving. But I think if we identify who we are in principles and core values and so forth, and reestablish ourselves, rebrand ourselves, renew ourselves, restore our party, then we have something that we all stand for. I think we will attract people, build it, and they will come. And that's how the Republican Party, I think, will advance forward in Massachusetts. Not as a popularity contest. Okay, these people are nice in the community that we might seek out, might be popular and so forth, but they really have no mind for politics and a good partisan fight. If I'm out there and I find people who are fiercely partisan and want to get involved because they're a strong Republican, but they can put, you know, a nice glow on it, or we can help them learn how to do that and present themselves in public. Those are the kind of candidates I would look for, and typically they would be involved in the committees already, or in these issue groups that where they're really excited about a certain issue, and we can help educate them and train them on the issues across the board that I believe that all Republicans should believe in or have a preference for. So I would find those candidates, or I would identify those people, and I would make candidates out of them and run as many as we can across this Commonwealth.
Right. Next question, Mike, hopefully you'll answer first. This is from someone named Alex Sherman, who's from Springfield. And he says, for far too long, Western Mass, and he puts in parentheses, comprising of the area west of Worcester, has been neglected by the state GOP for many years. What can Western Mass hope to see from you, if elected?